Hi everyone, so we're going to be looking at a graph and we're going to be analyzing these limit statements to see if they are true or false. Remember, this is a video, so if you are working through this and I'm moving too fast or you want to try it on your own first, please feel free to pause the video and then check your answer. So let's get started. For part A, it says, find the limit as x approaches -1 from the right side, okay, and once we find it, it should equal 1. So we're going to see, is that true or false? So if we're approaching -1 from the right side, that means we are looking at this right here. So as we get closer and closer to -1, what's the y value there? And it does look like it's 1. So for this part A, I'm going to say that's true. Alright, so for part B, okay, so for this one we're going to be looking at the limit as x approaches 2, and we're going to check and see, does that equal 2? Okay, so as x approaches 2, so let's see, we're looking at right here, and because we don't see the plus or minus there, what we're saying is we got to look at from both sides. So we're going to look at from the left and from the right. And so from the left side, where the y value's trying to get to, it looks like it's trying to get to 2. And from the right side, it's also trying to get to a y value of 2. So in this case, this is also a true statement. Alright, part C. The limit as x approaches 1 from the left side is equal to 2. Alright, so let's take a look here. So we're looking as x approaches 1 from the left side. So if I'm coming from the left, the limit is approaching 2. Well, from the graph, it looks as if the limit is actually approaching, or as you get closer and closer to 1, the y value there is 1. So this is actually a false statement, because I know that it probably looks like that it should be 2 because it is defined there at 2, but remember the limit is what y value it's approaching. Okay, so it's trying to get to a y value, in this case of 1, so that is false. Part D, the limit as x approaches -1 from the right side is 2. So let's check that. So now we're looking as x approaches -1, so we're looking at over here, and we're coming from the right side. So coming from the right, where is it going? Well, as we get closer and closer to -1, notice it's getting closer and closer, or it's approaching a y value of 1. So this is also false. Part E, the limit as x of f of x as x approaches 1. Alright, so again, there's no plus minus there, so what's happening as you approach 1 overall? So I'm looking at this right here. So from the left side, it looks like it's approaching a y value of 1, but from the right side, it looks like it's approaching a y value of 2. So notice those do not equal each other. So from the left it's approaching 1, from the right it's approaching 2. So because they are not the same, it's not approaching the same y value, we do say that it does not exist. So this is a true statement. And then part F, it's having us look at two different limits here. So let's see, it says the limit as x approaches 0 from the left is equal to the limit as x approaches 0 from the right. Limit of f of x. So let's take a look. We're looking at 0 here, and from the left side, if I'm coming from the left, it's approaching a y value of 0. Okay. Now what's happening from the right side? Well, if I'm coming from the right side, it's also approaching a y value of 0. So in this case, the limit from the left does equal the limit from the right. So that is also a true statement.